Hey everyone, this is Ben from Cheddar Flow, and today is our Flow recap video, which we do these every single Sunday, so make sure to subscribe to the channel below, and we'll hop right into it. All right, so the first ticker that I want to go over is Ford, so ticker is F. This one, I'm actually going to go back and look at the previous week entirely, so you could do this in our Historical Flow tab over here. I'm going to go all the way back to January 10th through the 16th, which is today. I'm going to click search. So it's going to come up with all of the flow for that past week. Now, this is going to be a lot because Ford has been getting quite a bit of volume lately. So I'm going to go up to our filters tab up here, advanced, and I'm going to change the premium to over $100,000 in premium. This is going to help filter it just so I can see the ones that maybe will give us more of a clear direction on where it may go this next week and in the coming month. So just by scrolling through it right now, first of all, 76% to 24%. So way more bullish from this past week. We kind of could already see that just because looking at the stock price for the past week, it was green a few days. We had some consolidation, but for the most part, we did end up the week green, and it is still flagging on this chart right now. So this chart is very, very strong. We had this big push up consolidation for a bit and another push up here, and now we're consolidating again. So this is a strong chart. The flow also is backing it up for a potential move later on. You can see a lot of these prints are either 20 or above for the most part in terms of strike, which is good to see. I want to see ones that are close to the money or out of the money because that's going to give us a sense for a potential move higher. All these have over 100,000 in premium because we did filter for that. But what I like to do each weekend is see a stock that has been strong in the past, like this one, and is currently consolidating. And I want to see when the flow turns to be a lot more out of the money in terms of the strike. So for example, right now we're consolidating in between 23 roughly and 25. Once I start to see people pick strikes that are like 28 to 30, that's going to be something that's interesting to me within like a 3 to 4 month expiration period. So once that starts to happen, that kind of gives me the sense, hey, there's a potential this thing breaks out soon. This is a print that I like, 26. This one was out of the money for 1.1 million, about 10,000 contracts. So, and this one is for next month. So this is the kind of stuff I like to see. It's not the 28 to 30 strike that I was looking for, but the amount of premium going into it and the short-term expiration is a very good print to see. I just want to give you guys a sense kind of like what my strategy is while looking for good flow patterns. While supplementing it with my technical analysis. But for the most part right now, though, we're seeing a lot of these strikes be between 20 and 25, which is the range that we're consolidating in. Until we start to see it go a little bit further out of the money with a decent amount of premium, we're not going to get this thing to move out of this consolidation. You can see right here, a lot of these are just in between 24, 25. We have a couple 27s here, but these are for leaps. So I don't like to count leaps as much just because I'm shorting for shorter term or trading for shorter term. So all these 24s, 25s, that's good, but it's just meaning that we're going to stay in this consolidation a little bit longer. What this means for this upcoming week, which is a shorter week, by the way, it means we do have Monday off, but regardless, I'm looking for, and you guys should be looking for, the strikes that are what I said before, 28 to 30. Are we going to start seeing those? Does that mean that we're going to see a push very soon? All of these are within the range that I was talking about, like I said. So I want to see stuff like this, like 35, but with a shorter term expiration. A lot of these are leaps, the ones that are farther out of the money. So that's just what I'm going to be looking for. That's my strategy on it, just because as of now, there's no super far out of the money calls being bought with a lot of premium, then this thing is not moving out of the consolidation. And this is what we saw literally from November, start of November, all the way to end of December. The calls flow was literally in this range of 20 to 19. Like you rarely saw stuff that was over 22, and you rarely saw stuff for puts that was under 18. It was just in between here. And until people started to go further out of the money with a lot of premium, then it just was consolidating in this range. Once they did, then it popped up and shot out of that consolidation. All right, so for the next ticker I want to talk about, it is ticker FTCH. This one actually has amazing flow. This is like textbook amazing flow with a textbook chart for a trade setup. And why I say that is, one, this print right here, 1.6 million, a block order, so it's an institution for a 30 call when it was at 26. So this is far out of the money for them. And also a March expiration. That's like textbook setup right there for a ticker like this. This is a ticker that typically doesn't get call flow like this at all. So something like this far out of the money, close expiration with that much premium is automatically something I need to check out. Also, throughout the day, it was continuously getting hit with the same exact order, with the same strike, same expiration and everything. So that shows they're really bullish on this, whoever's buying it, and I need to check it out. So I was checking it out, and I actually recorded a video for the Twitter, Cheddar Flow Twitter account, and I was recording it around this range because I saw a potential breakout that could occur. Funny enough, after I was done recording, it started to run up. We posted about it here, and it just continuously kept running up after that. So we actually made 35% on the contracts by the end of the day, just from the time that I recorded. I think it was like 25 minutes after I recorded to 30 minutes that we were up 35% on the contract. So pretty crazy stuff there. Really like this setup. I'm holding this one. This is a swing just based on what contracts I bought. But basically, what's happening here is this is a downward wedge. So this top line is the top of it, and then this is the bottom of it. And you can see here it's continuously trading in between. This is the resistance, falls down to the support, resistance, support again here, and it got bought up off of that support on Friday. So I like this one a lot. We were buying around this range, like roughly $26, and now it popped up. So my target is going to be 30, which is the strike on this one. Technically could reach 31 to 32. I'll probably trim around 30 just because that is the strike we chose for those contracts, but I like this one a lot. I think it has a lot of potential. I'm not playing the breakout. I'm literally just playing the bouncing of it. Literally bounce off the support to the resistance, and it can keep going if it wants to, but I'm out once it hits 30 to 32. So that's my trade on this one. It seems like the whale that was buying these as well is thinking similarly with that 30 strike. And ideally will happen at some point by February to hit up there. So I like this one a lot. Pretty bullish, especially because how much it moved on Friday and all of this flow. So definitely keep this one on watch. So the last one I want to talk about, we actually talked about this one last week. It is ticker LCID, so Lucid Motors. This one, just by looking at it face value, you're going to think it's bullish because it looks like 83% to 17%, right? But you have to look a little bit deeper. You have to contextualize, you have to contextualize with anything in trading, whether it be flow or dark pool prints or just like TA. So looking at this here, tons of premium, right? Block orders, so these are institutions. But look at the strike that they're picking for these. The current price when they bought this was roughly $42, and the strike is 15 here. You see 3, 5 here. Typically, this is a bearish signal. In my experience, it is. So when we see a lot of tickers go up a lot in value, have a lot of volume, and they're similar to Lucid, we've also seen it with BKKT. That was another one. It had a short squeeze that happened and ran up a ton. We actually start to see these types of orders super deep in the money prints with a lot of premium happen. And that is typically the signal that it's going to start falling back. It doesn't always have to be, but we saw it with Robinhood as well. BKKT, like I said, Lucid, we're seeing it here now. I saw it with BTBT as well. It's a very common theme that happens once the stock starts to fall back to that base level that it was at before. So this is not bullish, in my opinion, looking at the flow here. So that's why you have to always be aware of everything. It's not just face value. Hey, there's a lot of premium going into this. You can't just think that necessarily on these. You have to look a little bit deeper. You have to have experience, and that's why we like to make these videos, make it a little bit easier to understand what's kind of happening in the market, because it is a complex system. So looking at the chart here, I'm short on this one. I have been since last week, since we made the video. I was short at 44.80, and then also I added more at 47. So as of now, it's at $42. I have a mixture of selling calls, and then also I have puts as well. But what's interesting about this one is, one, I don't like the chart. It's a double top up here. Looks bearish to me. This could be a fake breakout. We'll get confirmation once it's able to stay under 40. But just from a charting standpoint, it looks fairly weak right now, unless it were to get over 50. If it got over 50, then it could fly up quite a bit. But as of now, it's staying under for a bit. And two, on Wednesday of this week, the Saudi fund that owns 62% of Lucid is actually, it has its pipe unlock. So basically, they can sell all of their shares if they wanted to, which is 1 billion shares of Lucid that they own if they choose to, because they have a lockup period for a very long time, because Lucid used to be a SPAC, CCIV. And basically, they're able to sell their shares once Wednesday hits if they choose to. Same thing with the CEO, Peter Rawlinson. He could as well, probably won't. But I find it interesting that the Saudi fund owns 63% or 62% of Lucid, and they have the ability to sell maybe even half of their shares if they wanted to on Wednesday, which would be 500 million shares. That's adding another 500 million to the float, which would just really tank the stock down just because of how many shares they own. So definitely something to watch for. Seems bearish in my opinion going into it. We've seen other pipe unlocks and it just crushed the stock. So definitely watch out for that. And yeah, I'm going to hold my short position through that. We'll see what happens. But as of now, it looks bearish to me. If we're going to continuously see flow like this, then I'm still bearish. Looking for puts as well that are farther out of the money would be another viable option too. But it seems pretty mixed on this end. But regardless, looking for Lucid to ideally fall right now, and we'll see what happens this week. Regardless, hopefully all of you guys are enjoying your long weekend, and we're ready to get back into it on Tuesday for trading. Ideally, this will be a profitable week for all of us. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video.